just didn't expect this in the United States to block. They restored the Civil War. They were able to go back to the Constitution, original document, bring all the states together. Well, this president has found a hiccup in the Constitution of the United States of America. Even when, they say, well, even Gore, Al Gore, remember when Al Gore, he filed a lawsuit, but then once it was determined that Bush was the winner, he conceded. He gave a concession speech. It's a formality. Every president gives a concession speech. It's not mandatory, but nobody's not done it until now. Okay? And we also in a situation where the elections, we still have 3 states that have not given their electoral count. Georgia, North Carolina, and another. I know might be Alaska, one of them. But so we've never been in this position before. And this president is actually walking on the Constitution, pushing the fabric of the Constitution. For what we call them, forefathers. They didn't anticipate this. Right? When they have all kinds of things. Well, what happens if the people don't have enough common sense to pick a president? We got the electoral college. But they said, well, what happens if the vote is compromised? Meaning that the people, or one person in particular, feels that the vote has been tampered with. What do we do? What is the electoral college? They'll make that determination. But what happens when the electoral is being contaminated? Popular vote. Well, we'll take it to the Senate and the House of Representatives. So that's where we are now.
Okay. But as you know, Trump, he been saying the election is fraud in the beginning. So he was setting people up. And I think what happened was that it backfired on him. His plan for the election backfired because he was telling people, that it's a fraud, it's a mail fraud, and all that kind of stuff. He put his man in office, the postal general, whatever he is, to hold up the mail, to keep those votes from coming in because he knew that he was going to lose. He knew those votes were going to come in. So he put that man in place. So what these people did, they voted early, much earlier, and they went in, they took their votes in, and they voted early rather than just mailing it in. And so that's where we had that overwhelming amount. We had more people to do mail-in and early voting than they did walking in a day of. Now Trump telling his people to go day of. So that's why it looked like he was winning because all of his day of voters, they got counted first, and then all the mail-ins and the early voters was counted second. So that's why he thought he was winning so quickly. And it just backfired on him, and he can't conceive that.
Well, you got to understand this. This is like a chess game. Okay, the pieces were set up in advance. He picked the brush the pig, Supreme Court justice, that put him in a position where if there was a dispute with the election, he was hoping that the Supreme Court would weigh in his favor. Also, notice over the last couple months, he started talking about how challenging the process, fraud, all that. He started throwing that out, probably back for primary. When they first started asking him, he said, well, if the process is done correctly, he never said I'd give a concession. He said, if the process is done correctly, meaning that there's no improprieties, there's no problem, he didn't have a problem. But he put that but in there. That but meant that then when they appointed the postmaster, post office. Okay, that caused a problem. Now it's like a domino. Things started to happen. Believe it or not, there are people that probably committed voter fraud. Okay, there are people that cause voter intimidation. He fired the military guy because he said, "I want armed people at the polls. I want an armed group of people, like a militia, at the polls." The United States has never done this Civil War. I think the last time they had armed, we got to look at history. Armed military at the polls was during the Civil War. After the Civil War.
Yeah, but that's armed people at the polls is not necessary. We're casting a vote. That's just like it was in the 60s, they putting people out there to intimidate you to keep you from voting.
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing. Intimidating people.
Yeah. And you got to see, he set the deck up to get people. See, if people just thought a little bit about it, could be an inconsistency. They're doing this. Trump is good at one thing, marketing, promoting assault. Okay? When he's, back in the day when he said, does he have a birth certificate? That's all he had to say. People ran with it. And then, in the election, he started to put out that process. Now, if Hillary Clinton had said the process, that was when Russians had tampered with the American election, that was grounds to really do what's going on now. Hillary could have actually, when she protected the country, Hillary Clinton could have actually said, and they could have proved it, that there was Russian intervention in the electoral process of President of the United States. Hillary Clinton had, in 2016, had gone that next step, which was do what Donald Trump is now doing. Well, even though the people had voted, guess who would have decided who would have been the President of the United States? The Congress and the Senate.
The electoral.
Well, no, because once the popular vote is contaminated to either Russian hacking or whatever, the electoral college is contaminated.
Yeah.
Because the only reason the electoral college do anything is you get all the popular votes for that state. The only state that you can't get all the votes is Nevada. I think Nevada's got 5 votes. You get 3 and 2. That means that if they got 3 Democrats, you get 3 of them. You get 3 from the House of Representatives. Okay? That's how they make up the number. Okay? It's like really Georgia has 14 from the House of Representatives, 2 from the Senate. Okay? But Nevada is the only state that does something different. But just imagine if Hillary Clinton had done and she stood on more ground, accurate ground, as disputing it because, the forefathers said if they was afraid that England was going to mess up the South. So they built this thing in place. They said people can no longer decide properly who's going to be the President of the United States of America. The electoral college is one. Well, Hillary, like I said, Hillary could have just said, hey, I think it's compromised. We're going to push the issue. The Russians tampered, whether it be the Russians, the Chinese, the Iranians, but definitely the Russians tampered with the process in which the American people voted. That means that the popular vote has been contaminated. That means if the popular vote has been contaminated, the electoral college has been contaminated. That's what he's standing on now. That's what Trump's doing right now.
But you know what now? Trump won with less popular votes than Hillary did. Than Biden did. We'll say Trump won with 100 more votes than Hillary. Biden won maybe 2,000 more votes. So he he won the first go round.
Well, yeah. Hillary could have did it.
When they were talking about what you call Russia interfered, he should have said, well, we need to check into that. But no, he's going to accept that win and boast about it. You know, that's what he did. He accepted it when it's in his favor. You know, knowing that things were crooked. But now things are not crooked, and he won't accept it. So, nah, he need to go. No, he needs to go.
You know, I think that was about four. Well, you know, just imagine if Hillary Clinton had done this, okay? And she had better ground to stand on because you got a foreign power that infiltrated the United States election, okay? And that foreign power manipulated the voting, okay? Now, Hillary Clinton would have had more to stand on, but they didn't push the issue. Democrats didn't push it. But one of the things under this administration, see, it could stop right now. It's in the Republican Congress and Senate are the ones that aiding the president in doing this.
Yeah.
Mr. McConnell.
And you know what
Lindsey Graham.
What I heard is that they want to just eliminate this election altogether and let the senators and representatives pick the president.
Yeah, well, that now, you know, when we think about, most of us really never paid attention to electoral. We heard about it. Okay, first time we really paid attention to electoral college, Al Gore ran against Bush.
Yeah.
Hey, that's when we really started. We said, whoa, what do you mean he won, but he didn't win the electoral college? Okay? Now, this is where things that you did in the past set a precedent, meaning they set a pattern. Al Gore did do what this president is currently doing. Okay? The Democrats were kind of like, okay, we're going to go with it. Okay? And that's set a precedent, and then what? Again, in 2016, Hillary Clinton. Bring up the electoral college then. Everybody knew the magic number 270. Well, even though there was, you know, sign of Russia and all the evidence, all that type of stuff, guess what? Democrats, again, did push the issue. Okay? They did not push the issue to say, hey, this election, null and void. We got intelligence shows that Russian interference, our most prestigious election in president of the United States. So we're gonna take it before the Senate and the House of Representatives. And they could have did that then, but guess what? This president is in the same shadows as Gore and Hillary Clinton. But this president made the decision to do what? Say what? The elections are, you know, backed up.
Yeah. So, but you know what? I lost my train.
It's a fraud. Well, you know, he's pushing the issue, and again, he's supported by the Republicans in the Senate and the House of Representatives. Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, all the Republicans are saying, "Hey, the election's over. We're good for another 2 years. Hey, let's do it." Okay. Now they did not do that under the Democratic, you know, Hillary ran, nor when Gore ran. This president, now, if you look at other media sources, because, you know, sometimes I say, can he do that? Can he really do this? These are intelligent people that, based on what he's saying, there's glitches in the United States Constitution. Motivate this activity. think that had to be 2004, between Al Gore and Bush. Same thing that happened in 2016 between you and Hillary. We are in this dilemma right now. This is what we recommend that you do. And that's what he's doing.
Yeah, but you know, with Biden having so many more points, like what, 4 million more votes than Trump, right? So
right.
That means the people have spoken. But the final thing, the final tally, or whatever you want to say so,
right.
goes to the electors. So they are the one who actually vote the president. So my thing is, okay, those people are so afraid of Trump. He has really intimidated them. And I'm thinking that normally the electors vote on the side of the people. But I'm thinking this time, with all this intimidation from Trump, that they may vote on the side of Trump. So what about the people? Trump wants this, so we're going to give it to him. That's what I'm thinking the electors
no, the electors have no choice in the matter. The electors are just regular citizens, okay? And whatever the state, whatever.
I remember now on the last election, they were saying that they can vote the way they want to vote, but instead they voted the way the people voted.
No, well they always, the only way you, right, but the only way you can get the electoral vote is to win the popular vote in that state, okay? So the electoral, it's a formality. They don't have power. What they do is a lot of stuff was just tradition. The electoral college was a group of just regular people. They're not the Senate. They're not the House of Representatives. They are appointed by the Senate. They could be a lot. They could be anybody. But when the state, or the people of the state vote for the popular vote in the state, counted up. The electoral college, with the exception of one state, all the votes have to go to that candidate. Okay? The only state that can say, well, you know what? Some of us like this one and some of us like that one. They only got 5 votes. That's Nebraska. Nebraska, they can split them 3 and 2. 2 senators can go with whoever, and then the 3 House of Representatives can go with whoever. That's the only state that can do that. The rest of the states have decided over the last electoral college was created to give all their votes to the candidate who won. Sorry, vote. The reason Donald Trump has capability to say, once he says that voting is contaminated, that means that the popular vote is contaminated. Popular vote is contaminated. That means that the electoral college is contaminated. And if the electoral college is contaminated, there's a clause in the Constitution. It says the electoral college, they got to draw. Or if they were deemed incapable of, rendering, a decision. And on January the 5th or January the 6th, they will hold a special election in the House of in the Senate to determine who the president would be on January the 20th. That's already set up. It's already in the making. This was done in 1776.
Yeah.
So, but this is the only president that has pushed that issue. Like I said, Al Gore could have done it in 2004. Hillary Clinton really had a reason to do it in 2016. But this president decided to do it this year based on voter fraud. go before that Supreme Court. All he has to do is create a reasonable doubt that what voting process was infiltrated, contaminated, and then that pushed the electoral college in a situation where their thing doesn't really matter. And it goes before a vote in the House of Representatives, U.S. Senate, where I think it's either January the 5th or January the 6th.
Okay, but I still say that the electors are supposed to vote. They're going to do the final count. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
But that's wrong. I mean, you got to think. Electorals really don't do nothing. This is an informal. Well, no, they are an informal representative of the state, meaning that the state it's all like a formality, where the state says we got, like Georgia, we got 16 electoral votes. Our electoral college is going to take all 16 votes, give it to this candidate. When you look at how this whole process, we as a people, we just started to figure out how American politics work. And that started back when Al Gore ran against Bush. Nobody was, because most presidents, what's his name? Reagan had a landslide. Bush's, they were big popular. They had so much of a majority of votes against Mondale. The first Bush, oh wow, the Democrats got beat all the way up to Clinton came. When Clinton came, and then Clinton came and did a powerhouse, so everybody's been winning by big parties. Obama did the same thing. He did a powerhouse move. He won by major parties. Well, and then there was no mention of any infiltration in the voting process. Nobody said, the votes been tampered with, all this and all that and all that. Now, two things that Donald Trump put in place. One was the Supreme Court justice, and the other one was the Postmaster General. Postmaster General came out the door, jacking the mail system up. So that set it up where people within the post office, they got people on film throwing ballots away and all this stuff up.
Yeah,
that's why we in the.
They did mess it up, and I'll tell you one thing: if there is any voters fraud, it's on Trump's side because he told people to vote in person and do a mail-in vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if they catch any voters fraud, it's going to be on his side. Because if they've already found some on another election.
But you know what? That still works in his favor.
It does? Okay. We're going to take away his vote.
Because, no. All he has to do is create an incident that there is reasonable voter fraud. Doesn't really matter if it's coming from his side or the Biden side. Guess what happens?
But that's going to make him look bad.
But it doesn't matter. You think he's worried about looking bad? This man's got a bounty on his head.
Yeah.
This man's got a bounty on his head. He owes a debt. He's again, as long as he wins and stays in the house, he's good. That's why he's not leaving. Involuntary. They're going to drag him out, beat him out, or tear him out. But if he can create, because once he can be, there's a reasonable doubt that this voting cycle has been contaminated. Guess what happens? It goes before the Supreme Court. All this happens before January the 5th.
But he had already to the Supreme Court. That's why he put that girl in place.
Yeah. So you see the deck.
She'll stand back and don't vote. Hopefully that will happen.
No. Well, December the 14th is the date that electoral college people do all this stuff. Georgia have their count in. That North Carolina, everybody's got to have their stuff in by like a chess game. It's already established. After December 4th, if it's deemed that stuff is contaminated, guess what happens? Then it goes before the Supreme Court. They do an emergency meeting somewhere between December 14th, January the 5th. The Supreme Court puts the ball in House of Representatives. I think the Senate is the one that makes the overall deciding factor. Because you got 2 senators from every state. Yeah, the Senate is the one because every state is represented equally. In the House of Representatives, you can have California. So they don't. The Republicans.
Okay, you went out and I did not hear a word you said.
Okay, I said, on December the 14th, that's when all the votes, electoral college, and other stuff, if there's any dispute on anyone's behalf, that is put out into the Supreme Court. Somewhere between the 14th of December and January 5th, the Supreme Court will put the ball in the hands of the U.S. Senate. The reason they put the ball in the hands of the U.S. Senate because we got 50 states. If you put it in the ball in the hands, this is what the founding fathers thought about. They said, if you put it in the hands of the House of Representatives, states with big populations would determine who the president will be. But if each state only has 2 votes, each state only has 2 votes. Okay? And when you look at that, and when you look at who the majority of the U.S. Senate is right now, is majority Republican. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's why your Speaker of the House is, what's the name? Nancy Pelosi, but who carries the most weight? Nancy Pelosi or Mitch McConnell?
Mitch right now.
Yeah, because in the House of Representatives, they indicted the president on, they impeached the president of the United States. Yeah. But in the House, in the Senate, under the rule of Mitch McConnell, they threw it out. Didn't have enough votes to do it. So, that's to happen. But, these are just things we have to look at. We contemplate the deal. You hope that we don't have to go there. You hope that we don't have to go there.
Yeah, okay? But you know what? All this stuff is happening. Trump is just trying to buy some time. Because he knows he just buys some time. And Barr is playing right into his little game. He's intimidating people. Trying to get them to go along with the thing and say voters fraud and do all this investigating and trying to put off the final totals and all of that stuff. He's trying to help Trump to stay in. But shoot, Barr might be going down too with him. Everybody gonna be going down. People don't start being fired and quitting because of this, because of what's happening after the election. That's the bad part.
Well, one of the things, this is you look at America. This is a test for America. The United States of America. If you always have to go back to the document. The document is if America is what it says, even with all the jacked up stuff that America does, America has always been able to waive that Constitution and put what the forefathers did. This president pushed that to the edge. Okay? Now, it's up to Americans now to determine what we're going to do. Because 2 things will happen. Either on January the 20th, Donald Trump will be out of the White House. Okay? Or on January the 20th, he will refuse to leave. Okay? Now, if president-elect. But if you notice, they will continue to say president-elect. That means a lot. All our wordologists people, they know that, because president-elect means that, you know, for instance, and not to get too ridiculous, when they say, well, there was a black president for about 5 hours, okay? What happened was, whatever that, it was more than 5 hours, but whatever that time period is, it's not in history, okay? The president, the black president is on the $2 bill. So what happened, they changed the game, and he was president of the United States, of the United States of America. He was not president of, he was the president of the United States, whatever he was the president of. It was the current system, okay? Now, can you imagine if we are under a situation, we say, you know what, we used to have a vice president that was a black woman, okay? But because the election of 2020 was disputed, guess what happened? Joe Biden does not go in history as being being the president. Kamala Harris does not go down in history as being what? Vice president. Okay? So you see what's on the line right about now. Okay? We are in the middle of what, you know, this is the most paid attention election that ever was. More people voted in this election than ever before. Okay?
Yeah, you're right.
Matter of fact, you know, more Americans voted. I think 160,000 Americans voted. Okay? Trump numbers were up more than it was with Hillary Clinton, but also Joe Biden beat him by much more than Hillary did. Okay? But
4 million votes.
Yes. So again, the integrity of the United States of America is on trial. Okay? One of the things right now, there are more people than just the Russians infiltrating our election. Russia, Chinese, and the Iranians. Now, the American people want to hold on to this democracy that the founding fathers did. Now, personally, Donald Trump is putting us in a position of you know, if you woke up the founding fathers, they probably try him for treason.
Yeah, but you know what? I think they just need to go ahead and have that straitjacket ready for Donald Trump and take him away. That's what I'm thinking, because the way he's manipulating these people and have everybody scared, I don't understand. I don't know, unless he has he has something on them to make it away, because Donald Trump, you know what somebody said? That Donald Trump, before he go to prison, he would send his children to prison. No, he
Exactly.
would not. He go. You know, so that man is only thinking about himself, and he has got himself in such a big bind. And I'm gonna tell you why he's not handing over that money, you know, for that transition. You know what my opinion is? He done spent the money.
He done spent that money?
Yeah. That's
well, you know, he spent all that campaign money.
Huh?
You know, he spent all that campaign money. Right now, I'm getting texts from the Trump campaign that says this situation is not over. We need $35 from Trump supporters.
Yeah, look, don't, you got people out there already trying to raise money for his legal defense. You know, that's all he can put down. But I think he done spent the money for the transition, and that's why they not giving it to him.
Well,
you know, that's my opinion. I could be wrong.
I agree with you. You know what?
I'm thinking
this man
he done spent money all over the place. You know, because he started
Steve Barnum, Bailey, salesperson. He stole America on a bill of goods to take care of his debt. Donald Trump owes, they say it's about $1 billion of interest on this loan. These folks want that money. They want that money. Donald Trump is saying to himself, I'm facing two things. When you face those Russians, now you might get away with the Chinese and the Iranians. Putin is not going to have the fact most of some money. He's not paying. So he's doing everything he can possibly do to stay in office. So the office alone brings a lot of credibility to his debt. Now with them people, they have lost predictability, their positions in life, following this Pharaoh. You know, it's the numbers just keep going increase. I think the only person that's still on the cabinet with them out of original, is what's his name, Ben Carson. Now Ben Carson can't get a job nowhere after this administration.
No.
You know, and all this stuff is happening, but you know what? American people, see, we've done our part. We vote. Okay?
Yeah,
one of the things that we have to do, we can't allow this country to be in this position. Okay? The Republican Party was hijacked. You know, you remember when Sarah Palin and what they call those folks, I forgot what they call them. They were the first ones to try to hijack the Republican Party. You don't even hear from Sarah Palin. What was that party? He was Sarah Palin. Those were I forgot who they were. The Tea Party. Yeah, they was the first party that tried to hijack the modern day Republican Party. Bernie Sanders tried to do it on the Democratic Party. He held on. Okay, now the Tea Party pushed the Republicans to be conservative and all that shit. Okay? The only person, and look what happened. What's his name? John McCain picked Sarah Palin. Run with it. Okay? And they lost. Okay? They got the crap beat out. Now, when Donald Trump decided to run, he ran on the Republicans. He hijacked the party. He took over the party. All the values that the Republicans had that were related to Ronald Reagan, that Ronald Reagan era of Republicans. You know, the last great Republican was John McCain. That's the last one. Once they cut him out, that was it. Because even what's his name, Mitt Romney, he bowed down. Ted Cruz, he bowed. The Bush, you don't even hear the Bushes. The Bushes are leaning more towards Obama.
Yeah, they are. You know, because they can't believe,
Don't tell with that part on the now the Democrats have to look at themselves because after this election, okay, and this is something that's happening in America. This is why all this stuff is being put. We finally, in our 60s, we're beginning to see how American politics work. The young people that want to inherit this, they got to figure out how to change it. And you had all the Bernie burners. Bernie's probably not going to run in 2024, but somebody's coming up. The Democrat Party is going to get hijacked, meaning that there will be a new infiltration of people. The last time the Democrat Party got hijacked was during the 60s. Okay? That's when the Dixie cracked. All them got all that changed over. Then Johnson came on board, and we kind of, Kennedy, go back, all that type of stuff. But anyway, American people have to start really paying attention down to the lowest degree of politics, down at the lowest level. Here in Georgia, Senate race. That's a critical position. Never in the history of America has Senate seats been up for grabs in a runoff. state of Georgia, people can register to vote in the runoff as long as they do it by December the 7th. Runoff, I think it's going to be either. And see, all these dates, all this stuff was already set. It's like a test game. They already know what's next. What's next? When people say, well, we got to go vote again. No, you're not going to get to vote on the president again.
I hope they turn out just as well as they did the last time with the presidential election. Yeah. I hope they turn out just as big, if not greater. Because we got to get these.
Those are two. Because those are two critical positions.
All this stuff that's going on right now, Trump trying to buy time. That's all he's doing. And notice how much time he's been spending on the golf course. You know what happens on the golf course? That's where they make the deals at. Can't be recorded on the golf course. So my thinking now, a lot of business deals are made on the golf course, and he's been spending an awful lot of time there. This is my thinking. He got people out there he's trying to make deals with, getting ready for this exit. Because he got to have things right.
Well, you're right, Miss Sylvia. One thing, chaos and disorder. Okay. When you look at as a people, I had a brother call me. I said, brother, we've done all we can. As citizens, we voted.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you can get caught up in all the ifs. This system has a system already. I mean, most of us are not strong enough to break it. You know what I'm saying? We hadn't risen to a power structure to tamper with this particular system. Okay? It's in place. Now, the president is very simple when it comes down to, even the lady he nominated for Supreme Court Justice, Ms. Barrett, she's what they call a constitution. Now, constitution is, they go on the constitution. It's like old Baptist preachers that say, I don't even read nothing about the New Testament. I stay in the Old Testament. Okay? These folks are fundamentalists. Okay? They go by the Constitution of the United States of America. That woman, if she's a constitutionalist, she holds on to the truth of that document, she won't go for it. We won't have to worry about nothing after December 14th. Okay? It's done. It's done right there in the Supreme Court. It's over. They don't want to hear it. Bunch of hogwash, malarkey, they throw it out. But if they bow down to this hijack of the Republican Party, then guess what happens? The ball in the Senate.
Yeah.
In the Senate, who's majority Republicans, will have to make that decision who's going to be president of the United States of America. We've never been in that position before.
If they do get in that position, I hope they do the right thing and be brave enough to vote Trump out. Because he's already voted out. The people have spoken. I will say that again. The people have spoken. Trump got to go. You're fired. You're fired. You gotta go. That's
get out of here. You move to the seat.
Yep. Get out.
Get out of our house. Get out of our house. Get out of our house.
And he's trying his best to stay in there. He's buying time because he knows once he's not president anymore, I feel like, who knows, somebody might hijack him or something. Jack him up for all the stuff that he's done. And he got so many lawsuits waiting on him. New York is waiting on him for the taxes and what's his name, Michael Cohen, his lawyer, he got a lawsuit against Trump.
Oh yeah. You know what?
So Trump got a lot of stuff he got to run from.
Yeah.
That's why he's trying to hide in the White House.
Yeah. The big thing they said, take his passport, because now this is what I'm thinking. If I had to pick a choice of what's going to happen, I think the American Constitution will prevail. That Constitution is the document. If that document is the document the nation back together. This is the same document that Joe Biden. Now that document, is full of flaws and things of that nature. But that document is what makes America America. One man does not make America America. Okay, his ideology. But America. So I'm cautious. Like something I heard from Minister Ferry. That America is making a transition. It's in a period of transition. Okay? Now, as a black man in America, I've done my part. Now, if America doesn't heed the warning, meaning that whether it's in this Constitution, they step on it, like the current president is doing, the senators and the House of Representative people ignore the warning. If they allow this country to be hijacked, then it's going to be on them. And we, the people, we will survive.
Yeah, but the people themselves can only do so much. It's the people they represent, that they voted to represent them. It's in their hands. We can only do so much as an electee, I guess, elector, as a voter. I just do like that. As a voter, we can only
vote, right.
We vote for somebody to represent us, and they're the ones who have the power. And if they succumb to Trump, what can we do? Besides, they try to get him out. That's all that we can do.
Send them home. 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 And you know what? This might be a reckoning period for the people in America. Because, now there's a lot of scenarios if you go on the internet and it says, now, with me, I'm looking at Joe Biden being sworn in, President of the United States, Kamala Harris being sworn in as Vice President of the United States of America. But there are scenarios that say that should not happen. Now, I'm going with that scenario. Should it get crazy, okay? This president, they say he's hiding in the White House, we can't find him. So they sent out a search squad, he did a coup. Okay? Because if you look at it, this president kind of like in the mindset of Putin and what's the other little guy over there in Korea. Each of those guys did a coup. Putin actually took over. After Russia was broken up, stopped up, Putin, who was somewhat of an ex-CIA person, came to power. Over in, Korea, that guy, I think they killed everybody that he could possibly kill, so he could get power. But in the United States of America, I don't think he's that.
You never can tell because I was told by somebody who lived in New York, he said, I know Trump and his father, and they said Trump actually took stuff from his father. He took from his father. If he's that cruel, and his father gave him money early on, if he's that cruel,
he blew that money.
And that's why his sister probably don't like him, and his niece, because the way he treat the family. So if he gonna do the family that way, ain't gonna tell him what he gonna do to everybody else. And they
ain't gonna tell him what they gonna do to America.
Yes.
So,
these people are afraid to stand up to him. And we just had somebody to just quit,
Who
No.
quit?
Huh?
Who quit?
The military man.
No, he fired him.
Oh, he fired him? But somebody,
yeah.
Okay, he fired him, but somebody quit. It has something to do with the election, though. Somebody quit. I can't think of who it is right now.
Well, all of this, he fired the military. Yeah. He fired the military guy because he wanted to do like Putin and Kim Jong-un. He said, you know what? We need the military at the polling site with guns.
Yeah.
And this guy, he wouldn't do it. He would not do it. He stood on the Constitution of the United States and took one for the American people. He stood up a couple of days before Veterans Day. That's a true American. can't think of who he is, but that's a true American. A couple of days before veterans, and you know what? That's the insult to all veterans. Sorry, this man, he was a military, I think, not whatever he was, this only because he would take the military and go to the polls and look like they were, in a communist country. He said he wasn't going to do it. He did not do it.
This person, he quit in response to what Barr is doing. That's why he quit. It wasn't the military. It was something that Barr is doing, trying to get them to do the fraud thing. I can't even remember what it was now. My mind is a little foggy.
Well, America is definitely at a crossroads.
Yeah. And Pence is on vacation now. Why is he on vacation when they need to be getting the new people up to date on what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
So he's probably playing his strategy too, exit strategy.
Well, if you look at it, say, well, what's most important to all of this? See, you do not want America. What Donald Trump has done, he has weakened America. Okay? This is to the American people. Anybody that stands on the Constitution, if you are a conservative, going back to Ronald Reagan was so up. He knew the situation of America. Because if you stood on the Constitution of the United States of America, if you believed in what the forefathers did, whether it was slave owners or not, one thing they did do was hold the integrity of America strong. Okay? Now you got a president that has compromised America. He's got America in a situation where, as a world power, they have never been in this world. They have been in this position prior to World War, because after Harriet Truman, because America dropped the bomb on Japan, world power, world influence, people looked at America and held their heads up. Everybody wanted to come here.
Yeah.
The president compromised America.
Yeah. But you know what? They doing all this stuff, but we're going to still move on. And Joe Biden is not letting this stop him, because he's still getting his cabinet people together. And the best part about it, he's been in office before, so he don't have to be up to date on everything that's going on. They don't have to tell him you're going to do that and do that, because he's been there for 8 years. So he has to.
And you know what? The other thing, now this is one good thing that Trump did. Trump did downsize the cabinet. Okay? So one thing, current administration coming in, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they can come in running because they can already put people in places, strategic places to make things happen. Whether it's dealing with coronavirus, they got a team already ready to roll. Dealing with any of the military situation, they got a team already ready to roll. Dealing with the economy, they got a team ready to roll. They got a team ready to roll. So even if the funding and money is not there, or this president stands in the way of the rest of America, America would not fall. And this would be a shame for America to fall without a fire, without a gunshot. Because like I said, if you woke Ronald Reagan, even John, all those old school conservative white males, they would think, they said, man, I cannot believe America was destroyed from within. They were expecting the Russians or the Chinese to destroy America. Well, maybe this is a form of China to destroy America. And if it is, what? This president just took the bait.
Yeah. We only have a few more minutes, but I'm glad Joe Biden is moving on, and he's going to have a well-diverse cabinet. Just look at the medical people he got already. Everybody is so diverse, unlike Trump's people. He only got one set of people that he's representing.
that happened during this administration, I think people know it. See, sometimes you got to stretch uh, country so far to the right or so far to the left. They got to come somewhere. Okay? Yeah. What people decided on what November whatever last week, they said, you know what, we divided, and but we ready to go to work. See, Americans are very sophisticated. You just can't come in and take over America. They don't care who it is. A foreign party, Trump's part of that, whatever. Americans are American first. We are a particular country, whether it be an experiment or whatever. And we are diverse, okay? And we've done it before. Civil War, we rebuilt. World War II, rebuilt. And today, we will do the same.
Yeah. And we're going to get rid of this virus. And,
oh, yeah.
Hopefully they don't go in because, they're going to have to fumigate that whole White House because everybody in there got the virus.
Even coughing and sneezing, not wearing masks. It's going to take about 30. Matter of fact, it might be February before they clear all that mess out of there. So, get all the germs out of there. Clean, fumigate the place.
Yep. They're going to need to do that. So, he need the money for transition just to do that.
Yeah.